Hey, you guys. Okay, I have a few different topics I want to talk about today. The first is about the union timeline. This is information that I have gradually over the last year come to realize more and more and channeled and confirmed with spirits. It started off with realizing things based on my journey and then seeing it in others' journeys. And so the main thing that I want you all to understand here is that everybody has, actually, it's both individual and collective. There are specific union trajectories and timelines that are orchestrated by spirit intentionally for a reason for the ushering in of ascension, because union is not just about you and your twin. It is not just about, oh, I want to be with my twin already, I want to be in this relationship already. Everybody's guilty of, this is a popular topic because everybody's guilty of being impatient and wanting union to happen on their timetable. I see a lot of people that will go on and on about different things like, I need my twin with me now because X, Y, and Z. So we need to come to the realization that union is being orchestrated by your own souls and by spirit, your spirit guides, and honestly, even beyond that, in God and whoever you see as God. Spirit union is being orchestrated by all of them for the purpose of assisting humanity with ascension. That is why we are here as twin flames. Our souls chose this path in the first place. So union is not just about you and your partner. This is about, it is a whole event. It is, and actually one of my friends, Soul Tribe members, came to that realization. I was like, oh my gosh, you're so right. Union is a whole event that is going to happen at a specific time when it is orchestrated by spirit in order to have the biggest effect on both your personal journey and on the planet. So, there's two different aspects of this. I actually want to start on the collective aspect. So I channeled almost a year ago and I wrote it down. It's in the posts pinned at the top of my Instagram, dates and a whole chart that Jesus and Mary Magdalene told me about the 7 different waves, the years that they met, and when they're supposed to come into union by. Now, first of all, that is not set in stone. Like nothing, timeframes are never set in stone because all sorts of things can happen in the 3D because of free will or outside influences that will just, cause slight changes. And that's okay. And that's normal. And there's nothing wrong with that. But just keep that in mind anyway. And also, when it says in union by, that doesn't mean you can't come in union before that. It just means it's supposed to happen by around that time. Okay? So it doesn't mean that you have to wait until that date to come into union. It just means that that wave majority of the wave is supposed to be in union by that time. And like I said, there can be slight changes based on circumstances. Now, why is that the case? When I first originally channeled this, I didn't understand the whys. I didn't know the whys. I didn't even think to ask the whys. But now I understand that there is a why. There is a reason why each wave has its own time frame of when it's supposed to come into union by, because union, twin flames, and union are all lifting the vibration of humanity for ascension. So the unions are meant to happen collectively in lumps of time, in groups of time, to have a bigger impact. That is part of union being an event. So a group of unions is meant to happen within a certain time period in order to have a bigger effect on the planet and a bigger effect on humanity by having it all happen in a wave all together. Okay, that's why the waves exist. So I was actually told by Jesus back in June, unexpectedly, I was preparing for the 7/7 portal workshop that I did with my colleagues. And I was told by Jesus that a union portal opened on the summer solstice in June, and that portal is closing on 11/11 portal. The union portal is closing on the 11/11 portal. Now, that doesn't mean that unions aren't happening outside of that, because I know for a fact that between January and December, let me think. At the end of 2021, 15% of twins were in union. And I believe I was told that as of June, 25% were in union. I think that's right. I have to go back to my notes to say for sure. But anyway, so that's another 10% jump. So obviously unions occurred between January to June because it went from 15 to 25%. And by the end of this year, 45% will be in union. So that's another 20%. So 20% of twins coming into union between the summer solstice and the 11/11 portal, approximately, because there's obviously another month until the end of the year. But so the union portals and those specific time periods are just having a stronger effect on, actually, it's probably twofold. It's probably they're helping unions to occur at the same time as the unions are like affecting each other. Oh my gosh, I can't say this right. Hold on a second. The union portal is helping to bring in unions because of the specific astrological events and time frame, and at the same time, the increased unions is picking up right where I left off. And at the same time, the increased number of unions is also causing like a snowball effect and increasing more unions as well. That makes sense. So within the union portal, that's why there is an increased number of unions. But that doesn't mean that unions won't happen outside of the portal. But hopefully that helps you understand why in the first place that the waves are coming together in unions within certain time frames and by certain time frames, because that's the way it's meant to be. It is meant to happen collectively together to increase the energy on the planets, to have a stronger effect on humanity and the planet in terms of how much high vibrational union energy is happening all at once. Hold on one second. No idea why my dog was barking, but that's why I stopped. Anyway, okay, so that handles the collective reasons for the union time frames being specific, and being coordinated by spirit in a specific way, in a specific time, for the purpose of the collectives coming together to help humanity all at once. Now, there's still also an individual aspect to this. So I realized this particularly because of my own journey the past year. I have noticed, there are certain dates, even with us being in separation, there are certain dates and months that are significant for me and my twin. And I have noticed that Spirit seems to orchestrate and align things around those dates and around certain astrological events also. I can only assume for a reason. It's one of those things that at some point you realize things aren't a coincidence. So, and I believe I did speak with Spirit about this also within the last. My phone paused the video to tell me that the battery is low. Okay, so yes, I have noticed this over the past year in particular, that Spirit keeps aligning different things and timing different things in ways in order to align with certain astrological events as well as specific dates that are significant to us in our journey. And the particular dates that I'm thinking of, there is significance in both this lifetime and previous lifetimes. So the extra understanding that we need to take from this is that, and I did confirm this with Spirit right before recording, every single twin flame pair has their own specific union time frame that is being orchestrated by their souls based on a number of factors, and it has nothing to do with when you want it to happen. Your specific union timeline for you and your twin is partially affected to the wave that you're in and the wave timeline, and it's also, I would say probably more so, affected by, controlled by, I'm not really sure what the exact right word is there, but we'll go with affected by your personal history with your twin. And like I said, it's not just about this lifetime, it's about previous lifetimes as well. In this lifetime, like for me personally, it has had to do with both events that happened between me and my twin, as well as events that the karmic partner did because of her dabbles into black magic and whatnot. So there was certain things that she did that energy had to be overcome and completely healed and released so that it would no once again, it paused me because of the battery. We'll continue. So, sorry, super frustrated with the interruptions because it's making me lose my train of thought. Okay, I was saying that the karmic partner also did stuff that opened up negative energy, whether it was full-on portals or just caused this lingering energy because of things that she did, that had to be properly healed and released also, because that was having like an energetic hold over us in different ways, that even when it was like completely removed, I don't even know the right ways to say this, even when it was removed to the point where it was not like not exerting control over us anymore, there was still lingering energy that had to be released. Like basically a year ago, that energy was still lingering, even though it had been removed years before, and that still had an effect. So that had to be released, and that helped to bring about stronger healing and changes within us as well. So I have seen the alignment of our path towards union, which is very close. I can't go into the details right now, but it's very close. So our alignment path has had to do with both astrological events as well as the releasing of any lingering energy, negative energy from anything, plus spirit aligning with positive things that happened for us, but both in this lifetime and previous lifetimes, because I happen to know of a significant month for us when we were married in a past life that I believe spirit seemingly has been coordinating along with that too. Like it brings a positive boost, I think. And just things seem to be meant to happen around that time again. So all of that is just to say that I've come to these realizations between the information that I've channeled, witnessing my stuff, witnessing other people's stuff, that all of these different things are contributing factors into our union trajectories and our union timelines. And we have to take that into consideration. We have to realize and let go of the expectation that union is going to happen when we want it to happen. And if not, we're giving up and storming off and not waiting around anymore. Like, it is not about that. And we're going to get back to that in a minute. But you really have to understand that this is bigger than you. This is bigger than the two of you. And there's a lot more involved. Your souls, your spirit guides, and God himself, whoever he or she may be, however you understand him to be, all of it is playing a role in designing your journey and aligning it with your 3D lives as well as your spiritual lives, because this is about I know a lot of people, some people don't want to recognize this, but this is about the ascension of our planet to a new age. This is about ascension of our planet, leaving behind the 3D and moving into 5D and eventually 6D. And all of it is happening for that reason. That is the reason why we are twin flames. That is the reason why our souls chose this, to be of service to humanity, to do this. Our souls have already gone through an ascension cycle as a solo soul. And we chose to return to assist with ascension. And we are now in the times of ascension. It's already started. It's begun, in 2012. It's happening. It's in the process of happening. And this is why you're here. This is why your soul is here. So your union is, even though we can't remember and we get caught up in the 3D and the real world and the earthly matters, you're here for that purpose. So your union is not going to happen when you want to dictate it. It's going to happen in complete divine timing and alignment, because it's an event that is bringing in like an explosion of positive, unconditional love energy. And spirit is designing it specifically to you and your twin and your lifetimes together, and exactly when is the best and right time for you two, along with the astrological events. Yay, those also. And then also spirit is aligning it with the collective, and when is the best time for the collective as a whole is going to help bring in the best energy. So take that into consideration and try to release and surrender your expectations of time.